Hello nerds, welcome once again to another edition of Team Fortress TV Cast's incredibly interesting video games. We have finally reached the summit of the season. It's the game that we've all been waiting for. All of these weeks, we have finally made it to the grand final of High between my son's basketball team and redpandas.tf. Joining with me tonight is HiipFire, and we have Megan on the camera, so don't forget to give him your T-tours this game. Hi HiipFire.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Neat.
I just got done playing Highlander games, so.
Oh, come on, we don't want to bore people just
oh, sorry,
right now.
I'm sorry.
Because we've got a TF2 game to watch. So we have high finals between two pretty good teams. I know multiple of these. I've played many games against these teams. Do you have any favourites?
I think I like my son's basketball team because that's the team with more names I recognize.
I see. I mean, I think between the two, these should be a pretty good game. My son's basketball team, I'd say, they're pretty strong on the beam scouts. You know, the scouts always get given the beam, and I feel like that could be a really good opportunity, unless the red pandas are able to use their gemm sense and counter that play style. But we'll see. I believe we're starting very, very shortly, which is a first, because no, there is no 21:30 start, 21:45 or 22. It's actually going to be a very on-time punctual start, and that makes me very happy.
It's very nice to show up for a cast at 9:15 and then hearing Gemm say, "Oh, they have 12 on." So
yeah, I mean, I've literally just gotten out of bed as well. You know, gotta make sure you get that nap squeezed in during the day. Can't go a day without napping, because it's refreshes myself, as you can probably tell. Full of beans, as the saying is going. And we are about to get underway on the first mid between the highest of the highest teams. These teams have been playing all season. Who's going to rip the fattest vape? And it's going to be one of these two. I'm going to grab those.
Yep, well, going into the first mid. Seems like red pandas are taking the mid side of the other team. Pretty standard stuff. Both soldiers going really aggressively onto the my son's basketball team combo. They get one scout, they get ace very weak. That's all they're really going to get. They're going to find Scruff later on in this mid. Some players fighting around that cafe area. A bunch of players going down. But in the end, it'll be the red pandas who will win that out. And Taz actually finds ace as well. So that's going to be the med down as well for both teams.
That was pretty fat. I mean, I was expecting a lot of beam scout gameplay, and the beam scouts got obliterated pretty much almost at the beginning of that fight. So both Scruff and Swee being nullified. Gink doing a lot of work as well. And getting the medic is probably the most important thing, because it salvages the fact that they lost theirs. And they're going to have a minor advantage, because Mino died pretty much near the start of the mid, whereas Ace died near the end of that.
Yep, so red pandas winning the mid are going to also have the advantage going into the potential hold or push into second. Scruff is behind. Starts a little bit of a 1v1 against Yeehaw, but Yeehaw wins those. And now with about 80%. Players are probably going to start moving. They seem to be eyeing this cargo area to be pushing through. They're looking through a little bit. Soldier, Demo both peeking through. They're taking their time, though, with these 5 players in cargo. They seem to slowly just be making their way through, but I think that the Ubers are now even, and my son's basketball team noticed it quite quickly. They actually went on the spy to check some off classes, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite
sure
right why they didn't want to go on that. I guess maybe it's because it's the high finals. They want to, you know, they want to get to that elusive prem, so then he can take part in the premiership of ETF2L and have a chance of winning that $500,000 prize pool. You might just, you know, nerves can get the best of some players. Fun fact, well, not fun fact, time wasting fact, I mentored some people on redpandas.tf. I think actually, it was about 3 years ago, so no. Well, I mean, if I'm honest, it took the bloody time. It was 3 years ago that I gave them my unfiltered knowledge and guidance, and now they've finally made it to the high finals. I don't know what they were doing with all that time, but they might have gotten somebody else to mentor them, who knows.
Oh,
but
the
yeah.
King spy right now gonna be walking about. He's just trying to. He's going on the cloak and dagger, so this is going to be one of those long-term spy plays that we're gonna be waiting a while for.
I call it the investment. You know, you're investing in your spy to do something. You're gonna use that shot clock, the whole 10 minutes, to do pretty much nothing. Oh my goodness, he's been. Oh wow, Gink, he does it. He is pretty much like a detective because he finds all the clues, and the clues in this case is the medic, but Sweet is actually going to be behind him and does actually get the Uber popped onto Mina as well, so this is going to be a not so comfortable pop which they would want, but having said that, they do get 2 quick frags with Sweet and Scruff both being taken out, so Gink, he wins those. He came up with a big play when it was needed, and it was successful.
Yep. With that, they're going to go and take lobby right now. They're not going to be pushing too much off of those 2 picks, as they also had their own player down. So they're just going to be building this up, as my son's basketball team wasn't building actually as hard. So Red Pandas actually has a decent amount of advantage. Not that they will probably act on that, but if they maybe try to do, I don't know, a little bit of a trade, then this could be quite awkward for my son's basketball team.
Yeah, it's very, very awkward pushing last on this map. I think Yeehaw just goes in to throw his life away, so we'll probably see a sniper off class or something to break the monotony as you're trying to make your way into last. It's very, very hard with a sentry and the spawn doors being so close and comfortable. We've already got Scruff who's going through the motions of spy checking, and Yeehaw opts to. Oh wait, no, it's Thazu that's going to be playing sniper. So maybe a bit of a juggle between the classes to throw somebody off, but I don't think Scruff is going to be one to fall for that, as he's now going through the motions as well, and he's going to stay sniper.
Alright, well, we'll see which sniper is the better one, as they might actually see each other soon in rollout. Both looking in, but they're both holding as passively as possible, so they just barely can't get an angle on each other. Thazu now peeking in. I think he might have spotted Scruff. Scruff jumping in. He gets the body shot. No frag. That's the first shot Thazu has taken, and it wasn't a headshot. Doesn't bode very well for the rest of the sniper play, but Red Panda's trying to find an opening in. Gink with a little bit of a questionable jump in lobby. Got almost caught, but for now it's just Thazu looking around. He finds the headshot on Sui on the right side. That's just the NG pick, so now he needs to find the opening. He finds Scruff as well through rollout, so that's 2 players down. Both off classes for my son's basketball team are down. They're going to be pushing in, or at least peeking in, to get the sentry down very quickly as well. WARHURYEAH does go down after getting that sentry, but Yeehaw finding the frag onto Raph on the right side. It's going to give them a bit of more of an opening, but I mean, the players that Thazu has killed have now spawned back up, so this push is going to be halted.
Yeah, they popped the banner, so I guess maybe that's, you know, something like. Maybe it's a positive if you had to take something. Demos is going to be very, very aggressive in lobby, and he pays for his life because Thazu just, you know, domes in. They've only got a little sentry to deal with as it's being slowly built up on the right hand side. I'm not quite sure whether it looks like they are going to go for a right side push. That sentry not long for this world as Thazu takes him out as well. He does not care for that little robot's life. I heard he hates Wally. Raph is going to be jumping into lobby to try and take out Thazu, but whilst that was going on, it was just a scout sitting on the point, and they managed to get the cap. A crisp, clean push.
Yeah, quite well. I mean, even though 2 players from Red Pandas got forced into lobby, the rest were just forcing the rest of Sun's basketball team to just get into spawn, and yeah, Yeehaw playing the point and went quite smoothly from there.
Yeah, I think the whole thing was like really well played, especially from the previous push, with Thazu getting some critical picks as we go into the second mid with Demos on the left side, and it looks like it's going to be a fight literally head-on collision between both teams. However, looks like Red Pandas have been forced to rotate onto their side, so they've gone for a little bit more of a standard position. Merge is just walking around at the bottom, but Raph does take him out as well. There's going to be Matu and Demos just sitting on the point, but they have no position. They've got no scouts, and they now have no Demo or Soldier. They just have a medic, which is going to be Ace, and he's going to be quickly chased down. Is Yeehaw going to beef this? Ace is not going to look at him. He's not going to stare at him in the eyes. He's just going to... Oh! And Yeehaw gives up. That's a nice... That's right. He doesn't carry on with that. He just sort of, hey, I might die, so I'm just going to leave it here.
Well, now, again, they're on second. Yatking actually leaving spawn is Spy once again. He's going to try his luck on finding the frag on the Ace. First going to do some quick Spy checking, but he finds nothing. Just that Sui is on that NG roll. Kind of easy to read. But actually, Scruff is switching on Spy just before Yatking was going to stop Spy checking, so he might have spotted it, but I'm not quite sure. But both these Spies, I think, are on the Cloak and Dagger, so we'll be waiting. Actually, no, Gink is actually on the regular Spy watch.
You know what? I don't like the Dragon Slayer skins.
Yeah, I probably agree with that one.
I like the, there's a different one, I can't remember what it's called now. It looks like the same one, but it's got a bit of blue into it as well, you know, I kind of, what is it? Macaw Mast, that's my favourite skin. You know, Dragon Slayer one, everyone's got it now, it just looks a bit overrated. Just thought we should put that out there. It looks like a popsicle. One of those really, really cheap ones that's just orange. Merge looks like he was going to jump in, but he either whiffed the jump or sensed trouble afoot. So he just promptly jumps into last and then instantly leaves. As we have Gink. He's just sitting on the stairs, so he's one of the more peculiar Spy plays. Normally when you play Spy, you want to get behind the enemy team. He's opting to get behind his own teammates, maybe wrap his round around them, whisper in their ear that everything's okay. Oh, he's showing that he's playing Sniper. Are these boys... Oh, well, actually, that was probably one of the best plays. And he's got a Dead Ringer as well, so this is a play. This could be a play. But Gink, he's only got a small amount of time remaining on that watch. He's forced to undisguise. Is he going to go for the dispenser? No, he just gets shot down by the sentry. And Gink leaves a rolling on the floor, laughing in response to that.
He was quite the most questionable Spy play. Goes in with Dead Ringer and gets there, like by the corner in front of the spawn door, but then he uncloaks, but he doesn't have his disguise on, so he just gets nailed. Yeah,
that's what was like suddenly confused me as well. I was like, it's not disguised, alright. I mean, that is ambitious. That's one of those plays where, you know, you sort of gotta believe in your soul, in your heart, that you can come up with the goods, but unfortunately it doesn't work against TF2 mechanics. Raph has gone Spy as well, so there's a lot of spy plays going on. I say plays, there's only been one, but we can't give these guys bad rep for trying. Rafi's on disguising now, and he does go onto the top left. He just meets a soldier face on face, gives him a little tickle with his butterfly knife, but unfortunately tickling doesn't do any damage. Rockets do. And that's eventually what kills Raph. And it looks like my son's basketball team, no sorry, redpandas.tf, they were looking to go right side, but again, they don't want to treat the audience with exciting TF2. They just want to tease us a little bit more.
Oh, come on. What do you mean? They're just, you know, they're just trying to play it safe, you know? Some of these players in Red Pandas, they've gotten a taste of, you know, that prem stalemate action before, and they're just they're feeling it again.
Yeah, they're warming up. They want to sort of like get themselves prepared for it still. It's like, come on guys, this is what they do in Prem. We've got to make sure that we keep this 1-0 lead for as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the nature of things, but at least
Tazu's got sniper now, so we might see a headshot or two as we were treated to. Oh, calm down now. Oh, come on, I'm not ready for that. Raph has still gone Spy as well. He's made his way into lobby, sitting by the health pack, and there is multiple enemies in his sight. he's probably going to start getting a bit sweaty, as they might very well start spy checking. But they look like they're not prepared for this, so there's an opportunity here, and maybe he's got his back turned, so maybe we'll see a frag, and we'll see. Mino's just going to be sitting on the stairs. Oh, I hear a trumpet. That's a bait trumpet. He's not really finishing that song, he's just holding it for the moment. There's Thazu going to be sitting in lobby.
It always feels really awkward when soldiers just hold it like this. Like, I feel like just a soldier's just going to jump in and then Ging just can't do a thing about it.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, like the medical, like, soldiers on me, and Ging's just standing there with his trumpet like, yeah, let me play you the song of my people. And that will hopefully deter him. YiiHao gets a critical teleporter pick with Thazu getting the exit.
Beautiful.
And Raf is... Oh, did he bump into someone? I think he did. Yeah, he bumped into Mino, who was sitting on the stairs. He was being a brave boy. And being brave has given away his position.
Just looking around with... Oh, Kink has died.
Yep.
That's
probably a part of a distraction that never happened, as Raf walks straight into Mino again to give him a little tickle again, and it's not worked either. So that's actually 2 down. Gink's just respawned, so maybe there is a trumpet as well as a buff banner, so Matty's going to be popping that as they try and maybe go through Shutter. He's going to go straight through. He's been dumped. Oh my days, he gets absolutely molested. I think that was Gink. Oh my goodness. Is Gink my uncle? Oh my Jesus days, that was disgusting. He got absolutely shut down. That was like, get out of my house, motherfucker.
It's a miracle he survived, though.
Yeah, that was probably just, that's like, alright guys, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to force a medic, and we're going to get out of this last hold. You jump out, first thing that happens, you get double air shot. And you're just sent back to your team in shame. They're like, what happened? I don't want to talk about it.
There's about 3 minutes left, so this is about the time where Red Pandas is actually starting to, I guess, do more things. Actually go for the demo sec straight into top or far left, and Merge actually peeks it as well. And both go down to the, I think, the Natasha from Scruff. Now, Suns basketball team is going to be trying to find the opening right now, as Red Pandas is going to try to actually hold this with 4 players. A lot of players going lower here. An interesting way to go through. The Uber getting popped very early by Mino. Ace falling about 20% later. Points being capped up, and the positioning for Red Pandas is really poor on this second point. Raph actually jumping in is going to get a lot of damage and lower. Only gets 1 frag, though.
Yeah.
It's quite a shame, and King trying to jump in, gets nothing done. Merge actually might die there. He does, and then this is, well, a second point for my son's basketball team.
Yep, they have finally broken it. They have released themselves from the last point, and they now have aggressive footing as they make their way onto mid. There's going to be Scruff, the beam scout, that's going to be going slightly forward to bully out YiiHao, and he does do so. They're going to be looking to see if they can gear up to mid through Toxic, because they're actually in a bad position for Red Pandas, so there was definitely an opportunity there, as maybe is very, very far ahead of everybody else as he's sticking up Toxic. And everybody, there is 5 people on balcony pretty much for Red Pandas. If there was an aggressive soldier right now, he could probably do a lot, but they have Uber, so Mina's going to be sitting on the forklift as we possibly enter another moment of calm.
A real zen-like moment right now, as Raph actually goes through lower, goes for the jump in, gets air shot by, I think that was Gink there. Gets a rocket on Sabino and actually stays on left for a really long time, but never really was able to reload his rockets in time. Goes down, as I think Mori tried to go for his own little play through Toxic there, but going down as well. 2 unsuccessful soldier sacks. Just nothing really having changed yet.
It's actually pronounced Mergy.
Mergy.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. You'll probably pronounce it right, but
I went through 2 pronunciations already. So.
I am an ignorant Englishman, and I will bastardize his name with my terrible grasp of my own language. I believe I heard the sound of a sniper, and I am right, as Thazu's gone sniper is going to be looking into cargo. Is anybody going to fancy a 1v1? Raph is, but that's going to be on the... Ooh, sorry, through lower. As Thazu's going to make his way slowly into cargo. See if he can get any picks. Burge dies as well, as he probably tried to go for a counter sack. And a body shot missed by Thazu. A trumpet has been popped, as it's going to be Matu that's going to be leading the charge with his trombone. He looks to try to just get onto Mino to see if he can get a pop on him. He's doing a lot of damage and he's able to keep himself alive, but Ace does look like he's bitch popped on that. And at the moment, it's going to be quite difficult as they do counter pop from Red Pandas, and everybody looks like trying to get Hightail out of there. But again, they lose both of their scouts, so these scouts are normally the shining stars of this team, but at the moment they just look like piles of poop as they both get taken down together. Oh dear. Thazu domes demos.
It's pretty crispy. Now it's 5v4, but no demo for my son's basketball team means that their hold on second is going to be quite weak, as that's a battalion's backup being popped by Gink through the toxic area. It's going to make it even harder for them to hold, and they're basically already with 1 foot out the door. It's one scout that's still in that. Gink is desperately trying to get an air shot on. He misses, but eventually gets cleaned up by WARHURYEAH. I hope that's right. And they cap up that second point. About 50% ad for redpandas.tf. As they're in the lead, I don't think they're feeling too pressured into pushing. And definitely not as they feed 2 players in rollout. And gonna allow my son's basketball team to get a footing into second here as Raph jumps in, gets to a fat rocket onto Mino. And he has to pop that Uber straight away. Ace has not been forced, and my son's basketball team is in a really good position right now, capping up second.
Yeah, that's a really nice play, and getting, once again, making sure that I don't have to just sit on last for the remainder of this game. They are certainly on the back foot, and they have been for the majority of this game. It'd be interesting to know whose map choice this is. I certainly hope it's not my son's basketball team, because this would be very, very, very upsetting scruff. He would normally chase that frag onto Yeehaw, but he's going to let him survive. Probably not having the best game, either him or Swee. They're normally on the top of the scoreboard, but even Swee's at the very bottom. But hopefully, whatever map is next, because I have no idea, it might fare better for them. But there's still plenty of time, as we have both soldiers that can be going aggressive, trying to bully Red Pandas out of lobby, and they have done so. They are forced him to pop, so it's going to be Gink that jumps in onto Ace, and he has gotten the force onto him as well. Gink is going to be going behind into cargo. He's in a situation where he can just buy some time, waste some attention onto him, as Scruff and Raph both look like they want to gear up and try and go for this frag. Although, actually, no, it's just going to be Raph bullets of things. They're going to keep him pinned down. They know where he is. They're just going to make things difficult for him. It'd be interesting to see if... oh, no, he doesn't. So, Gink just exchanges a couple of rockets. Swee's going to be heading him face on into Toxic as well. Detective Gink. Fortunately, doesn't solve this case and gets taken down himself, as he does actually do more damage to himself than he did on Swee.
Unfortunate. He's going to have to detect his own death.
3.
Yeah, but the sentry's up on
the
last.
Zinger.
Yeah, the sentry's up behind the glass for the Red Pandas. And my son's basketball team with about 9 minutes left is going to have to find a way to get past the sentry and that heavy, as Demos goes for the little alley bomb there. Gets not too much done. Actually, WARHURYEAH will actually go down, and actually Gink going down, getting the force onto Ace. A really poor Uber for my son's basketball team as they try to make something out of this. They get the sentry down, but Thazu's on the point, getting tanked right now by Mino. Maybe's there as well. And these players are just slowly getting grinded down. Scruff going down, the rest is going to have to back out, and Red Pandas successfully hold last.
Yep, it's very, very difficult to really push. I mean, to us, I think they could have done something with those 2 frags, but as soon as you push last and you see a Yeti on the point, at that point you've got to think, you know what, I don't think we can defeat this mythical creature, and back out, as Red Pandas are going to be pushing out into this. There is a horn pop from Matu as well. Mojo gets popped into the sky, but unfortunately no air shot is connected. However, Mino is going to be the last one remaining, and Scruff is already behind him, so he's in a shit sandwich, and they leave him alive. As it's going to be 1-1 now for Processor. A nice round coming in.
Yeah, one poor Uber from one team and then a poor Uber from the other team, and then my son's basketball finds their first round. So, I guess good stuff for my son's basketball team in a way. About 7.5 minutes left, tied up. It's going to be quite interesting what's going to happen on this third mid.
Yeah. As it looks like Demos is going to be going over to the right side this time, and it's going to be an exchange of sides for both teams. Gink's going to be jumping, he's going to go for big bomb, high bomb. He isn't able to connect on many rockets. Does some significant damage though, and it looks like there was going to be Merch that was going to try and follow up as that, but unfortunately did a pencil jump, and he was dumped on, and oh my goodness, that was a beautiful bomb by Raph. Very well timed. He takes out Mino and Thazu himself, and it's just going to be Yeehaw left alive, as he's going to be sitting in his toxic, maybe trying to see if he could go for any big pallies. But oh, he meets a scout, and he meets the remainder of the enemy team.
That was an attempt. Not one very successful, and it's full Uber advantage for my son's basketball team. So this is like the opportunity for them to just get the 2-1 up and then just you know, do the red panda strat back to them. And they're gonna be finding a way in here. They've just capped up the point. They're actually just buffing up players right now. They're trying to be pretty patient with this. I mean, Mino spawned and is only on 25%, so not too much pressure pushing just yet. But they seem to be going in onto the right side here. There's some eyes there. There used to be a sticky trap that actually... No, it's actually still there. A couple sticks they have to watch out, but they're going to pop in straight in onto Scruff and onto Demo. They force players into the spawn. No frags just yet. Raph on the left side finds maybe by the spawner. Gink jumping in into the combo is going to go down as well. Now players are onto the point. A bunch of frags going all the ways, but two scouts on Red Panda are going to have to hold this. Ooh, that air shot as well. And that will be with just Demos and Ace left. It will be 2-1 for my son's basketball team.
Yeah, that was a good push. I kind of get a little bit concerned when they leave it that late. Because normally, well, if you have a fat advantage, I kind of just like if you just push in instead of waiting around a bit, because it just gives the enemies like choices of getting a level 3 sentry up and moving it around instead of just having it by spawn. So it maybe cutting it thin, but you know, again, they made it, so good on them. So it sits at 2-1 as we go into the fourth mid, and once again, oh my god, Detective, I think Gink just got obliterated there, and Ace does get taken down for my son's basketball team, so they're going to be without a medic, and it looks like the enemy medic has been taken out as well as Mino goes down, so it's just going to be Demo Scruff remaining up alive. Demos gets there, shot by Merge again, and it's going to be Scruff 2-1. He's won these, I think, but there's no health pack there to save his day. It spawns as soon as he dies, so that is a stronger mid from Red Pandas this time around. The saving grace is that they did get the medic for Red Pandas, so it's going to be equal to Ubers pretty much, and it looks like Thazu's already gone sniper to see if they can get any picks. So there's only 4 minutes remaining, so they're not going to be blessed with plenty of time this time around. They can't just sort of sit on someone's last and come up with the plays. They're going to have to start doing something now, and my son's basketball team will probably be more than happy just to waste their times and not commit to any fights, as they are sitting on 80%, so they've actually got, considering that both of them spawned almost at the same time, they've actually got an advantage, but they won't know that.
Yeah, Thazu is just trying to find an opening through Toxic right now. It's probably the best angle for snipers, but there's just nothing really he can do. Everyone's holding in the perfect spots and not get sniped. No real angles for him. He could maybe get a frag. Actually, Ace peeks around, almost got headshot. That was actually really risky positioning. He should have just stayed behind that hut, but he does not hit that shot, so he does stay alive. He's going to switch around his positioning into cargo. He sees Madu, does not hit that shot. He sees Scruff on top of the forklift. He does not hit that either. I mean, just need to... If this is basically what the Red Panda team is relying on. They need to find something. There goes Demos. That is the pick. That is, if you can't get the medic pick, get the demo pick, and that's what they did. My son's basketball team is going to immediately back off. They're just going to be setting up on last, try to make sure that they don't bleed any players. Jetking is in. He gets 1 rocket in, but then he just gets obliterated by the 2 soldiers from my son's basketball team. And they're setting up that sentry as Thazu is in rollout, just kind of getting down that angle, not really finding much. Yeah,
it's a smart decision for my son's basketball team to just sort of leave and hold last. However, I kind of feel like maybe Red Pandas could have been a little bit more aggressive whilst they're falling back. But they probably didn't feel comfortable with they didn't want to get forced. But if you've got a sniper, there's no better opportunity to really just pick off players that are just sort of setting up and getting ready to hold last. So I kind of feel like there was an opportunity wasted there. But either way, Thazu's still sniping. He's going to be peeking through the right side to see if anybody's going to stick their head out for him. There is a sentry that's going to be on the right side as well. He's going to spot a heavy. I believe. No, I'm seeing things. There is no heavy. I'm sorry, guys. I just woke up. And Gink and Yeehaw throw away their lives to see if they can get on the force, but they are unsuccessful. Maybe does get the counter pick onto Scruff as he goes aggressive into lobby. He's met by sticky bombs. So spawns are going to be up. And I kind of feel like Red Pandas again could be a lot more aggressive here. I mean, there's 2 minutes remaining. You can't really lose another round unless you spectacularly mess up. And again, you miss opportunities for any players from my son's basketball team that feel brave and are going to really go for a push out on last. That was a very unfortunate shot missed by Thazu, as everybody's literally congregated and Demos takes him out of the game.
Yep, I mean, it's a minute and a half, and I mean, even if you do fail the push, I mean, you need to win the round. You're you know, behind. If you do or do not if you don't push, then you lose, and if you push and beef, then you lose. So you just push, you know.
And they should also really be sacking in this downtime. If they're not pushing, you gotta have someone sacking, because they'll probably spawn in time anyway. And as we say, that detective's going to be, sorry, Gink's going to be one that's going to go in, and Demos does go down. So that is actually a really important pick. They're trying to go for this sentry. The sentry gets taken down as well. So there's going to be 1 minute remaining, so there's going to be plenty of time. They're going to start playing the point as well. The Uber's been popped from A, so they're going to start contesting this. And there is a lot of aggression on the right side as Merge gets a scout. It's going to be looking pretty advantageous, but they do get 2 quick frags onto 3 players from my son's basketball team. So this push is looking like it's been sort of stifled. Demos has just respawned now, so he's going to come in and be able to offer some more firepower onto the point, but it's going to be Yeehaw that's going to be taking out Sweet, and it's going to be Demos versus Mino. It's a 2v1, and unfortunately that nerd has lost it. There is just 30 seconds remaining. The remaining players are going to have to, well, do some sort of miracle. Maybe everybody from my son's basketball team just collectively leave last and sit and spawn, but I'd say this is over as Raf gets a frag onto maybe. Merge is going to jump in, just go straight into the point, but he flew straight into the Poot, and the Poot started to shoot him down. And Swee gets taken out. Swee takes out Yeehaw, and yeah, it's just feeding for the logs.
Looking at the logs soon, but yeah, congratulations to my son's basketball team winning that first map. 2-1. I'm unsure if this was their map pick, but managed to pull it out. Yeah, they managed to pull it out after being down for like the first 15 minutes. So good stuff, you know, not getting uber tilted by the slow play as some people sometimes do.
It's it was Red Panda's pick, this was. So the next map is, oh Christ, it's Sunshine.
Interesting.
And Process is going to be the last one. That was the same maps that I had on the lower bracket semi-final, I believe. We had the exact same maps. I believe it was a 2-0, so it doesn't really matter. But still, Prolans got banned. And it's Process's last map. I was just looking at that Prolans being said and was just like, hey, hold on. Anyway, so there's going to be no Badlands, which means I don't think we've got a map that could be slower than this one. Hopefully, anyway, as we're going to go to the Sunshine next. Do we have logs on screen? We have logs on the screen, and not really much to look at because it was a very, very slow game. Interestingly, Gink only had 7 frags, but he kind of, I don't know, I kind of felt like he performed better than his KD implies. Maybe because I only remember that double air shot that he got, but he didn't kill anyone with that, so it's all for nothing. Yeah, ultimately, very, very slow. The logs represent that. Both Swee and Scruff having a relatively underwhelming performance on this map. However, we are going to one which gives them a lot more maneuverability, so hopefully we'll start seeing them shine. And if we do, that's going to probably be quite well, it's not going to be looking good for Red Pandas if both of the scouts were shut down this game and could potentially come back on the next one. So we'll see.
We'll see. It's quite interesting though, like the maps being the first two maps being played being like Reckoner and Sunshine, like the two maps people tend to not like, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's the case of I'd like to say that I pioneered this, but you'd never ban the gimmick maps because you want them to ban the gimmick map because you're essentially wasting a map that neither of the two teams want to play. So if you force them to ban the gimmick map, you're kind of like saving your another ban for you to actually, you know, ban something that they might actually be good at. But it looks like in this case, both teams didn't want to ban the gimmick maps, so they ended up playing it. Having said that, it looks like my son's basketball team did pick Sunshine over Snakewater and Badlands and Process, so maybe not so much.
I mean, yeah, looking at the ban process, and it's a quite an interesting one because Suns basketball team immediately bans Product, and then Gully gets banned by Red Pandas, and then they just immediately pick both Reckoner and Sunshine, and then Snakewater Pro lands ban, and then Process. So it's like,
so what maps would really be boring for both of us to play and everybody at home to watch? We'll pick those.
It's kind of interesting since my son's basketball team actually beat Red Pandas on Product in like week 4 or something like that. So they won, but then they also just insta-banned it. So
yeah,
maybe...
I think it is playing to like a team's strength. Maybe they're just sort of scared of Thazu, who's a pretty mean sniper. But to me, I haven't said that. Like, you've got a good scout combo, and when I've been playing against these... my son's basketball team, their scouts have just been carrying them pretty much every single game. They just throw their soldiers at you, and then the scouts just clean up. So it's like they really do play on the beam scouts. So yeah, I'm quite surprised that they didn't sort of have the opportunity to pick a beam scout friendlier map, but I think this one's going to be good for them anyway. Regardless, but it wouldn't surprise. Well, I don't know. I'm not quite sure why they would ban Product almost immediately, apart from the Thazu sniper and Gink as well. Can play it as well.
I think I have a theory because I'm looking at the bans and I've noticed that Ace banned it, and I'm just like, well, he's the medic player, and medics tend to not like playing Product, so maybe he just overruled his team. Yeah,
that's the opportunity. Obviously, when you're the person that they entrust with the pick bans and you're all sitting in mumble and your team's like, all right, let's make sure we get Product for our pick, yeah? And then it's like, yeah, I'll do that. Ban it first. You know, like that's probably one of those things. I wouldn't blame them. Because Product is... I like Product, but I can imagine for a medic it's complete garbage. And I can imagine if you're a medic and you're playing against a good sniper that's just going to body shot all the time, it's hot garbage. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that you'd opt to not play this if you had the opportunity.
Oh well, I mean, we get to enjoy in air quotes this map at least. There's a slight, you know, thought in my mind, part of my mind. It's like maybe they'll just, you know, I think this was picked by my son's basketball team. Maybe they're going to try to do things. Maybe we won't seeing kind of a bog standard, just stalemate on last. Maybe they have something prepared. Maybe they're just gonna pound on mids. They'll just roll this, and this will be a quick 5-0. Who knows?
To be honest, I think that's the kind of I kind of feel like this map is good on most areas apart from lasts, like mids and seconds. Everything's quite open, gives a loads of opportunities, so it's like a nice flowing map. Then you've got last. So yeah, I don't even know. I think they hope to go for a pound mid, roll last kind of thing. But it's, yeah, last is very, very, very difficult and, yeah, quite bad because of that. But who knows? They might have some strats, but I just can't really think of anything that you can do to, you know, you're playing against two things. You're playing against a team that wants to defend, and you're playing against a map that's bad on last points.
Oh, what the hell? I'm looking at the stream. It's all, the colors are all kinds of messed up right now.
Oh my god, what is gemm doing?
I see a lot of pink. I see that it's currently upside down. I mean, this is definitely quite a change up, but I don't know if it'll actually be a welcome change going from a map that's like relatively
You need to have like
green gray to pink green.
You need to have what is it, vaporwave music, I think it's called, you know?
Oh heck yeah.
Like Hotline Miami music playing in the background whilst this happens. That would be a good good look, I feel. But
I'd watch that.
Yeah, it'll probably be, you should do that during downtime, to be honest, if there's any moments where nothing's happening. Just have it in like a vaporwave theme, put some distortion on the quality of the stream, although I guess it's gemm that's doing it, so it'll be poor quality anyway.
Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Don't. I appreciate you, Gemm. I appreciate you. You're doing great
my
stuff.
Glock for now. As we have started on Sunshine, so this is going to be map 2 of the High Grand Finals, as we battle out for the team that can be the highest of the two. And first map going 2-1 to my son's basketball team. And we go on to their map pick, which is Sunshine, as Demos is going to be rolling out. It's going to be moving to the left side, and it's going to be Merge that tries to jump over, but he is denied the airspace. And Gink, he goes for the big boy high bomb, gets a headshot rocket onto Ace and takes him out pretty much straight away. Mina does get taken out as well, and so does Maybe. So there's going to be a couple of frags, although having said that, Yeehaw comes in. He's bought and stamped his ticket to Pound Town, and he gets himself a couple of frags as well. So it's going to be Scruff left alive. I don't know if they know if he's behind or not, but there's certainly going to be an opportunity to spawn camp if he wants to go for it.
He's really keen on this potential spawn camp. He's in lobby right now, just waiting for any my son's basketball players that might choose to look into lobby, but everyone seems to be pretty content with just sitting on last, as Sui already is on that NG class. Everybody else walking out. So redpandas going to be capping it up, and my son's basketball team is just going to be sitting here, maybe have a little bit of a talk with Scruff, who's behind on mid. He shoots a 20 damage scattergun shots into WARHURYEAH, but that's all he's going to do. He actually finds Thazu and beefs and goes down.
Yeah.
That flank play is completely over.
If this was a pug, he would have won that 1v1. And he'd also be killing everybody else as well, so not having the best performance, he'd probably be disappointed. I expect a thump on his desk out of frustration, maybe, as redpandas going to be sitting on balcony just building. My son's basketball team is going to be preparing for the inevitable stalemate, as we've got a sentry sitting near the front with a point. And a dispenser going up as well, critical, near the stairs. That's going to replenish his team. And it looks like we had a little bit of a peek from Yeehaw, just probably getting some intel. Got shot at by a sentry. As Gink's going to be going on the right side just to farm up some damage for his banner as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, this is definitely a hard to break hold that my son's basketball team is going on. I mean, regardless, Sunshine Last is quite difficult to push out of, but they literally just have Ace healing from spawn, and then they have the sentry just behind the point. Like, unless you go left and just get like 2 frags immediately, this is going to be quite the setup to break.
Yeah, one thing that I kind of, well, discovered on this map is if you're defending, going through top left and just jumping into lobby is actually pretty easy, because the door's kind of, well, you got that first door that's a bit narrow, but everything else is actually quite wide open, so you can do a skip jump through that door and just get onto lobby, and it's quite an easy force onto the med, because even though it's quite open, you know, there's a lot of walls and everything. It's just high, but it's kind of like a narrow area, so it's quite easy to get a force on a medic if you go for it. But They're just opting to go for the safer plays. You know, you can't have too much excitement in your life.
I mean, sometimes it can be scary.
You gotta watch that heart rate, you know.
I hear a banner
one
being
is
popped.
palpitations. It might just be a teasing banner.
Yeah.
Oh, merge with spotting out that sentry. Just jumps up and down and takes it out without the sentry getting off a bullet onto him. And whilst that was going on, Scruff does get taken out on the flank, so they use the banner to get themselves some space. So Gink's going to be sitting onto the barrels, and they look like they're just going to go in and then get out. But the sentry's been taken down, and so is Raph as well. So there's going to be 2 pick advantage. Are they going to go on this? No.
Well, they're trying a little bit. They're trying to see if WARHURYEAH can find a bit of an opening on the right side, but
they're farming sentry points at this point now, you know? They're not actually going for players. They're just trying to get down the sentry so they can get themselves some points on it.
It will definitely look very good whenever Gemm hits that tab key, but won't really help out too much when you actually want to win the game. I mean, this is the map that they need to win. Sentry goes down again. Yeah, there's Ginks. There's Ginks points. He wants those.
Yeah, he does not like robots. He's not a fan. And maybe winning the 1v1 joust versus demos as well. So they're going to have a demo advantage. They're going to have a sentry gun advantage. Oh my god. Gink just farming these robots. He does not care. He hated Wally. He really does not like it, or artificial intelligence as a whole. Dazu is going to be one that's going to be moving in a lot more aggressive. Gink is just going to be... Ooh, he's very, very far in on the left side right now. They're getting a lot of room, but I will be honest, they're not doing anything with this. As Raph looks like he's going to just try and force them out a little bit further into lobby. So, despite them getting a demo man pick, they still want to play very defensive on this.
This is very interesting. I think one of those pushes, there's just those pushes where you're like, all right, let's just peek in and see if we can find an opening, and then you're basically going into it assuming that you have to go back, so they never actually take the space that's given to them.
It's like
yeah,
they have to push, but they don't want to win the round. This is the kind of performance I'd expect from like a team that wants to throw but doesn't want to make it obvious. I'm not saying that's happening by the way, but you know, it's like they pick everybody, they kill 6 people, but then they recycle through lobby so then they can get all their players back up again.
I mean, the TF2 betting site died like a year ago, so
and so did my items that were stuck in it.
Feels bad.
Gel 9, I want my items back. Yes, it was a camera beard. It was painted gold. And I miss it dearly.
Well, it's just sometimes you lose out, and there's the bet, you know, on the match, but then there's also the bet on the site, and you have lost that bet. So, snooze, you lose.
Well, luckily I haven't lost on my preferred website, bet.gg, for all your esports betting needs. Use WARHURYEAH 10 for a free £10 bet when you sign up for the first time.
Nice. But my son's basketball team has seemed to have taken lobby, but they're actually just going to stay on last. This is extremely safe play from both teams. A little bit reminiscent of the first map in a way, but unlike the first map, Red Pandas isn't actually in the lead this time. They're just,
yeah,
I don't know. They're so scared of potentially going down on this second map that they're just going to not ever get into the lead.
This is the safest of plays. This is like, you know, packing full hiking gear and taking a satellite phone to go down to the shops to get yourself some peanut butter or something, you know. It's like, come on guys, it's, you know, nothing's in jeopardy. Even if you lose this game, nothing happens. You just don't get better. You just don't get a gold medal in game.
See, they're so scared of losing that they're just going to pull this map into like golden cap and then just sit on last.
Infinite amount of time.
Yeah, if you never ever finish this map, then you can't lose.
As much as that idea is absolutely hilarious and I'd love for it to happen, the fact that it's my time that's being wasted, I will just leave.
I mean, I would also prefer to go to sleep at a slightly reasonable time, not 5 a.m. So.
I have we have other commitments, and we do not get paid enough or at all for this. You guys at home, you can change that by going to twitch.tv/WARHURYEAH/subscribe. But I hear a banner popped, so a trumpet has been sounded, and it's going to be Yeehaw that's going to throw his life away, as we have both Sollies on the right side, just trying to take out that sentry. Once again, sentry's been taken out, and plot twist, it's been rebuilt.
He also dies on the left side as a little spy taking a direct rocket. I think he had the big gunner, so he was definitely not going to survive that. And Scruff goes for the spy play, so a bit of an initiative taking from my son's basketball team. I think it's also that Scruff's upset that he only has 1 point 10 minutes into this game, so he wants to change that. Maybe find a little bit of a scout pick to pad the old stats, but at least he's, I guess, doing something. He sees Thazu. Is he going to uncloak for it? You might uncloak to get the frag. He actually finds 3 players, gets none of them, and then finds a side stab into the shoulder of Thazu and finds 1 frag. I guess that's something, but it's not not too great.
Yeah, that is a thing. And Scruff types in chat, what TF? That was so dumb. So yeah,
it's not a born spy player.
No, it was not. It was most definitely a spy play. It just didn't lead to the next chapter, you know.
Scruff's on Pyro.
To be honest, Pyro on this last is absolutely broken, because you can just keep that sentry gun alive for days, and we've got 60 seconds remaining for this round as Thazu, finally, we are treated with the frag that we've all been salivating for minutes for. He takes out the engineer. Is the sentry going to go down with it, I wonder? That's going to be the next question in this epic story between 2 teams and 1 dream. And that's to make it into Prem. The Uber has been popped from Mino as well, so action is taking place as there's 30 seconds remaining on this round timer. Merge maybe both on the right side. They're both disconnected from the medics, so they could be picked off here, but Mina's going to be pushing in for the right side as well with Ging. Thazu, top left, he's got a completely free reign of some domes at the moment. He does get a dome into Ace as well, so there's going to be a lot of frags going their direction, and this is a round!
Well,
blimey!
Hey, at least it was 10 minutes, and then they just got it, you know. At least it was worth it for them, at least. For the 10 minutes, push in with no pressure. It's at least nice to see one of these stalemates at least end in a round, because I've seen so many beefed pushes, so good hats off to them. And now they're again in the lead. We saw them in the lead last map, but they need to make sure that they don't start losing mids. And the mid's going on right now. Nothing really happening just yet. People kind of wrapping around both teams on the other side of the mid. Players going down. Soldiers jumping into the combo of red pandas and getting taken out. But in the end, Scruff with the flank is going to get the frag. He finds a 1v1 against Thazu. And this is what it comes down to. It's 70 versus 70 HP scouts. Thazu running off into flowers. And Scruff also walking off into flowers. Both getting their packs. They're going to be running back in. Spawners coming in, but they're the ones that are here first. They're probably just going to be
1v1 MG try. Like
but they're going to be waiting with the late spawners. There comes the Madu soldier, and
they called the boys. They should have.
Disappointing, really.
Not go to mid and just let the scouts fight it out.
This is on. Yeah.
The only thing that could make that better, if in some way, like you could like just trade the kill with each other as well, but it's not like possible with hit scan. But if it was, that would be a fitting end. That would. But we aren't treated to that level of entertainment. We're just recovering from that last round. I don't think I could take a moment of unbelievable madness at this moment in time, but we'll see, as there's going to be a bit of an advantage for Red Pandas, but again, they probably don't know this, and their positioning confirms that with both teams once again. I don't want to take things too seriously too soon.
Well, at least this is not the like unpushable
Yeah.
point as the last point of this map is, so it's gonna give my son's basketball team a little bit more opportunity to potentially get something going. Madu trying to jump through choke gets completely denied by a scout, not by the soldier that's on the wall who missed the air shot, the scout that was by him. And well, it just remains to be seen exactly how my son's basketball team will try and break this, but they're the ones with mid. They're also the ones with a round to make up for, so they're going to be the ones pressured in. Raph coming in through choke, trying to just desperately get onto Mino, but unsuccessfully. Maybe something more than just a simple little soldier sack is needed to break this hold.
He goes in for
never mind,
the eagle bomb.
Oh, that was so weak. He's 20.
Oh my god! Oh
what
my
a pipe!
Yeah, that is so upsetting for me. You know, he holds it. You know, he's like, no, I will not force this boy, and drops to a spam pipe. That is a fitting end. And once again, we are going to be treated with some action as Mergy is taken down. And it looks like we could possibly see a last push as my son's basketball team are blessed with the full Uber that they've earned themselves. Looks like they're going to go from bottom, maybe. They do Uber straight away onto Matu, who does get dropped down pretty much straight away with maybe his pipe. So they're going to start playing the point, and it's going to be Gink that goes in, flies around the point, and completely obliterates it. What the shit just happened? Everyone just got demolished.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely a strat, you know, just throw all your players on the point, but the problem obviously is that you're done all taking the same damage, and they just got owned by the demo and the soldiers, and there's not really much people were doing about it, so that's
a sickening,
yikes.
Yeah, it's a 4K from Gink on that last. Yeah, maybe a little bit too much point presence there. I'm sure if they had the opportunity, they'd probably invite their nans to come sit on it as well. But that's what you get. You pay the price for overcommitting, and which is that what they did. And it's going to be Red Pandas that are going to be taken second for free, as they have the Uber advantage, but it's enough time for Ace to get it.
And I mean, this is basically the situation I think Red Pandas was looking for. Oh,
not this again.
Yeah, I think they wanted this. They just want to be able to sit back, relax, you know, not have to really worry too much about having to hold perfectly. You just sit on second and then try to burn as much time off the clock, probably. Yeah. But
it's going to be even worse because Red Pandas don't have to push last. You know, all they have to do is sit on second. They're not even entering into lobby right now, so the pressure is on my son's basketball team to come up with the goods, as Scruff has gone spy. I don't know if this is the plan. Well, they're moving into lobby now, so I kind of disagree with this in some ways, because this is like, oh, Scruff goes for the spy play, gets the sniper, so that's going to be a frag going his team's way. And Matu's going to be on the top left, just trying to throw some rockets into lobby. I mean, going for a sniper is that's a frag, I guess. By looks of things, they're not doing anything on that. He's staying spy though. That's a smart play. That's a brain play. That is. That's the play most of the time. If the spy get out, he's been spotted and he gets taken out by Detective Gink there.
Big brain play, not really being well executed there, perhaps.
Well, he left some clues behind, and Gink is going to uncover those. Probably looked at some footprints. And,
There's so much space here for Red Pandas. They're just kind of walking in with like 4 players. They're going to be backing off as they didn't immediately get gifted like 3 frags from my son's basketball team. So they're going to be going back, but
Tazu's been got given a lot of space, so if it happens again, and it is, he's peeking through left side, still peeking, and he takes out not the sentry, he takes the owner of the sentry, which is the engineer. Sentry actually been built? I don't think it has. And oh my goodness, Ace, he is playing with Destiny right now. Destiny 1, not Destiny 2, because the second one's apparently worse than the first one, but he was just peeking Thazu and just launching customary arrows at him, which is Oh my days, Thazu. Oh, it gives him a bind.
And Mino hitting him with the same bind as well.
That's a disgusting shot, that is.
Yeah, but
oh my god, Thazu. He literally had an open shot, but he's not able. Oh my goodness, Mino as well holding that Uber. This is the sweaty palm section right now. Both medics like just skirting it, just playing with their lives and my heart.
I'm still on sniper, peeking left a bit, trying to just find a pick, but I'm not really sure what pick he's exactly looking for. I think he's just hoping that they maybe have a crappy hold as he gets the frag onto Scruff. He's going to be moving around, changing his positioning around to the right side, but Madu is right there to push that. I mean, I guess this sniper is not more about getting picks and pushing. It's more about getting a pick and then making it so my son's basketball team cannot push.
I think it's also, you know, for them, they're probably just trying to get a pick on the sniper and then subsequently pick 5 more players afterwards, and then they can push last. That's the only thing I can imagine anyway, because, you know, they get a pick. It's like, all right, let's leave. Job done, boys. We don't need to keep on with this.
10 minutes. 5.5 minutes left on the round timer. Since basketball team still in control of last, but trying desperately to do something as Demos peeks too far into the right. He feeds to Thazu. Just going to allow them to peek a bit more on the left and see if they can find something else. They pop a banner, a battalion's backup. Actually, it's from the side of my son's basketball team, coming from Raph, who's still holding it, waiting for the imminent Red Pandas push, which just does not seem to be coming. They eventually get that sentry, but I mean, I think Raph realizes that there's nothing really they can do. They're just going to go peek right side. They find Yakink and Thazu. Scruff going too far goes down eventually, but still, that is 2 picks for my son's basketball team, and they have the second banner. They have Conch on Madu as well. He's going to be popping that in. He's going to try to jump in with some heals from Ace, try to get onto these players on the side of the point. They're really weak. Ace drops to the stinky trap from Maybe, though, and then Mino pops his Uber, and now Red Pandas is going to be making their way through into last. Madu's behind, so it's going to be a 4v5 on last. Gang finds the frag onto Demos, so no demo for my son's basketball team either. It's just Raph and Sui. The heavy is going to be trying to do what he can as Raph is on a flank, but he should not be, as Red Pandas is going to be capping it up with 2 scouts and a medic, and it will be 2-0 for Red Pandas.
Yep, a textbook example of why you should never push in Team Fortress 2. So lose a round. And I'm going to be heading to mid number 3. This is my son's basketball team's choice of map. Both teams are at this moment taking the opposition's map choice, unless my son's basketball team can score some points and some, I believe as I say in basketball, some hole-in-ones. As Matu's going to go for a big boy bomb to just trying to get onto the cafe. He is denied access into Starbucks. He was barred ages ago, and it's going to be Raph. He tries to go into Mino. He had a rocket prepared, but there was a scout bodying him and denying him the shot. Dem is just going to be the last one remaining alive. He's going to be putting some stickies on a door in lobby. Whew.
Well, this is quite a dominant mid after 2 very close mids. I mean, we had that scout 1v1 on the last mid, but this is a big wipe. Red Pandas, they have the full Uber advantage. They have 2 rounds up, but I don't think they'll just elect to not push. I think they'll, at least I believe that they'll at least try to do something with this as they go and take lobby. They're peeking about, maybe peeks right side, Yakink peeks left. They might be thinking about going that way as their soldier and demo both peek it, but they are actually quite patient with this. They might just use the... No, they're going to pop in. They're going to pop in right side. Soldier, scout onto that heavy from Madu as quickly as possible. They take really long to get the frag, but they get the sentry afterwards. That's a 5v6 They should be able to get through right side pretty cleanly as there's nobody there. Gink jumping onto the left side gets the demo as well. Scouts trying to get onto point as Red Pandas play the point, and they cap it up, and it will be 3-0 for Red Pandas.
Well, it was Gink was really good in that push, although they did take too long to get the heavy, as he said, but he just jumped on to the left side, went onto the box, just took out demos from the last, and you know, that was it. They still had control on the right side. Nobody overextended or get a bit too hot-headed. They just played it slowly, and they got it. So it was a really good last push. So my son's basketball team with everything to go for here, and it's going to be Gink that tries to go into demos. Demos does get plucked out of the skies. He gets popped up by the rocket. Matthew wants to try and follow up and make something for his team. He's going to go into flowers. He almost craters as he's going to be on like 4 HP. And it's going to be a lot of congregation going around in the choke for my Red Pandas, but it's going to be Sweet. He's a beam scout. He's on Thazu. Is he going to be able to use the beam and thwart the dreams as he takes out one? He's going to take out another one. Ace not getting Uber in time, but Sweet, he gets another one as well. So he gets 2 frags from a 4v2 situation. And it's going to be the resistance coming in as Matu and Raph are going to spam heavily down to try and get some picks onto this. Gink is incredibly low. And there's going to be a scout still hurrying around onto mid as well. Thazu having a 1v1 versus Raph. Does Raph win these? Raph does not win these. Thazu does. But Demos has respawned in time. And whilst this was going on, the Uber has been popped by Mino.
Oh, players for
merge. Oh my goodness.
That jump.
That is so close.
Very good attempt.
Ace got the saw as well, so they're going to actually have an advantage in this situation. He's incredibly low. There is maybe starting to plow forward just to get some damage onto him. Mino gets the arrow onto Sweet as well, so it's going to be Yeehaw and Mino. Yeehaw's going to go under the point. He does get the kit. He's actually surviving a lot longer than they need to. They do have the midpoint for the side of my son's basketball team, so it's going to be quite dangerous. There is a back cap opportunity as well. Raph is going to still be sitting on mid, so if anybody's going to go for it, they're going to have to go for a 1v1. I believe it's Yeehaw that's going to try and attempt it. He's going to be sitting onto the hut, and Yeehaw wins it. He wins the 1v1. He's going to be in a back cap. Sweet's going to try and stop it, and Sweet gets it just in the nick of time. Spicy.
Yeah, that's definitely what they needed. My son's basketball team has about 4 minutes and 30 seconds to push all the way through. They pop their Uber through lower now to try and get the first round of 3 that they need. No real frags yet. They got a lot of positioning, though, onto the point, but now the Uber getting popped by Red Pandas going to force them back out. They only lose Madu, and they might try to go back in as their scouts is trying to find that opening through lower, but gets spammed out completely. Demo is actually also quite weak on the left side, getting pushed by WARHURYEAH, but they're going to be having to back out, and they will be waiting until the Uber comes back up if Gink doesn't hit this rocket onto Ace, which he will. Good flank through the shutter area. Takes out the medic and the demo. One of the biggest impact classes for their team. Sweet going down as well. This is going very poorly for my son's basketball team, but Madu jumping in, finds the frag onto maybe, gets a rocket onto Mino as well. But that's all he's going to get. And my son's basketball team just repeatedly sacking players in. Raph jumping in as well, finds Mino eventually, and WARHURYEAH is unfortunately suicided somehow. And actually my son's basketball team, because of this, are going to be able to make their way through, giving so many heals to Sweet, allowing him to get Yeehaw completely out of there with this big ad and this chase from Sweet. They're actually going to be trying to get onto last. Sweet gets a lot of damage onto Yakink as well, but now Ace, it's such a weird spot, trying to push through as his team is trying to back off. It's going to go down. And now with 3 minutes left, this is going to it's going to get more difficult for my son's basketball team to potentially pull this out. And players just trying to go for the miracle jumps. Not really getting anything, and, well, Red Pandas is going to be pushing out.
Yep, this is looking like a game of Overwatch as Mason's basketball team are going to be throwing as much shit as they can at the wall and hope that something sticks, but unfortunately it's just going to slide off disappointingly, as there's going to be 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining of this map, and they're really going to have to maybe... This could actually be garbage time right now. I mean, I'm not sure if it's possible to get 3 rounds in 2 minutes 30, but there was once a legend called Yeehaw who completely poops on my son's basketball team's hopes and dreams. So it looks like that we will be very well going to a game 3.
Yeah, it seems so. My son's basketball team in 2 minutes is just kind of...
They're feeding logs now.
Yeah, they're definitely they're definitely feeling it now. They're gonna be just going in, try to DM people, win some 1v1s, you know, just look good, so that in about 2 minutes when the logs pop up on this good stream, everybody will see how great they did on this map.
Yeah, but they're just feeding, you know, Red Panda's logs damage, so it's doing the exact opposite. In fact, they're just going to be demoralizing themselves. Maybe they're just going to go for a, you know, just try and go for just a round on the board. You know, get themselves something that they can look at on the logs as Scruff gets taken out, just trying to plow through on the right side. Matu dies as well. I would have just joined Spectator, because then your remaining life is not taken into account on the logs, and you save your DPM.
Oh. I mean, some people don't care as much about the logs as you might.
Well, that's why these guys are in high.
I guess you could put it that way.
And that's why I finished second to last in Prem.
Second to last. Only losing or winning against the team that folded.
No, we lost against them.
Oh, nice.
But they folded afterwards, but obviously the results doesn't count.
Like yes.
I'll have you know, right, we took a round off Suave and Low Panda and Ascent, top 3 teams of the season.
Oh, impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Just bragging right now, you know?
I know. You know, it's just, that's what all it's about, really. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I lost because I was playing with Weebs for a season. Ace and Sui looked like they were just going to try and go for a back cap, but Ace was just throwing his life away. As that is it. It's all wrapped up in a little parcel, ready to be delivered for Christmas. As it's the second map, going 3-0 in Red Panda's way. The series is tied at 1 apiece, so we're going to the third and final map in this best of 3 for the ticket to Prem.
Yeah, it will be Process though. We've seen two relatively slow maps, and we're playing Process. You know, the map that everybody seems to like nowadays.
It's still
like
very slow though, because again, it's last points, and
but it's I mean, in a way,
it's better than the previous 2.
Yeah. Oh, but the gang stats. Look at that, man.
Oh, that is from the feeding that they did in logs time, but also the spectacular 4K defense that he had, and the general outstanding performance from start to finish on this map. So yeah, having a very, very good performance. Scruff and Sui, once again, not really having the performance that they are known for. Some would say that Scruff seems to not perform very well with his own customized version of Mumble running in the background. So yeah, he's sitting at 7-18, so I kind of feel like that's the effect. I mean, the scouts for Red Pandas having, you know, consistent good stats that you'd expect from scouts. I mean, Scruff, you're playing the easiest class in the game, yo. What's happening? He just seems to be beefing very, very hard. So maybe he's well, we'll find out. Maybe he's got a couple of excuses wrapped up. Maybe the humidity in his room isn't to the right standard. Maybe his wrist hurts again. So who knows?
We might hear one of those excuses during the post-game interview if his team does, in fact,
look at that out frag, 90 frags to 48.
That's a very interesting stat, since damage is like almost even, but frags are like halved on my son's basketball team.
Yeah, I feel like that's the effect of Gink, you know, just hitting rockets, getting the frags that are needed, yeah, and farming, and also the scouts for Red Pandas actually showing up today instead of the standard easy difficulty TF2 bots. So, you know, I didn't even know they had nav maps for Sunshine, but they clearly do, and we're heading to Process.
Yeah,
which I like. Mids are good. The only problem is that once again it can be slowed down, especially on lasts. It's very, very hard to push out from on lasts as well. But we'll see. I like it, and I prefer it if teams. I feel like this might be the problem for both teams, as there was quite a few situations where they had a good advantage, but then they waited a bit longer than what they should do. I feel they were by that time the enemy team got a level 3 sentry, they had a heavy, they had everybody in a good position, whereas if you just go, they don't have a sentry already, they don't have anything ready for your last push. But we'll see. It's going to matter the most on this map as the loser is sent to the bottomless pit of high, and the winner gets to join the dizzying heights with all your favorite TF2 heroes like me, Babs, Ignis, and
don't be mean.
I guess that's it.
It's fine. It's fine. They're all nice people, probably, if you get to know them.
Yeah,
well, maybe you're not, but yeah. I mean, I'm not. This is more to talk about people who are like probably playing in Prem next season.
Whoa.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I'm not anyway. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going back to high. I want to play with my boys and cast instead.
It's gonna be the fattest high team though.
Yeah. For some reason, I enjoy casting stalemates more than actually playing them. And just having said that, that's no surprise because when you cast it, the entertainment is managed by you, whereas when you're playing it, the entertainment is managed by the willpower of the enemy team and their desperate attempt to get those precious 3 points. So yeah.
Well, final map. This map is gonna decide who picks up that Prem spot to at least get one of the spots left vacant by, I guess it probably would be Antic and Nunya. So
Nunya White.
Yeah. It would be interesting if Red Pandas win, seeing as Yeehaw was on one of the Prem teams that folded this season. Which would be quite interesting to team dies and then you re-emerge through high
with merge.
Normal with merge. Yeah, I guess.
If you want to pronounce it poorly.
Yeah, I'm still kind of like.
Oh wait, Gemm's got the vaporwave.
Oh,
and he's even got the trees. He's got the trees. The vaporwave trees. That's cool.
Oh.
Whoa, man, that's so trippy, dog. Whoa, man. Tripping balls right now. Holy shit.
But we're starting. Though. The colors are gonna have to wait for another 30 minutes as we're going into the last map. It's 1-1. This map decides who makes it to Prem. And well, the first mid. I'm just gonna go watch the God Raph cam. I want to see what he's doing as he tries to go for the fast rollout and beefs it. So that's not a very good start to your first mid. As the Red Pandas are all kind of bunching up, trying to make their way to my son's basketball team's side of the PC, but they lose 2 players. More Yeethaz will go down. Yat King is trying to get out, is unsuccessful. Yeehaw also trying to get out, unsuccessful. And this is quite a painful mid to start off with, as Maybe and Mina are even getting chased by a lot of my son's basketball team's players right now. But
Scruff is chasing him down.
Won't work out though.
He smelt a bit of blood and he wanted to go for it. Raph did though, and he tried to get onto. Oh, it looks like the feeder's on as Matu also wants a bit of that. Try and go for some of the Frenchies. He wants a bit of that cross on, but he's unsuccessful, and it's going to be a push out from Red Pandas. This is brave. They do actually get the Uber off. Mino is incredibly weak in lobby though, so if somebody's able to just chase him down and get the force off, I believe they do Uber. In a rebuttal to that as well, the advantage here is that they did cap second, but the disadvantage there is that Yeehaw killed Ace. And Sweet trying to go for the back cap, but he's met with both Merge and I believe it was a Scout that was there as well. But Raph, he's going to be sitting and rolled out, probably going to be collected and taken out the game shortly, as Merge and Fazu are there, and it was a sneaky ball in forward spawn. It's Scruff.
He's going to try to do something, but he gets spotted and does not have much of an impact through that little shutter door there by mid. Pandas have 35% ad, so they're gonna just go. Big players are gonna go straight through. They're gonna bust through this choke point. My son's basketball team is actually basically completely out. Manu just jumps in and gets completely just a free jump in. Doesn't get denied. Gets 2 rockets in. Med's dead. Now my son's basketball team is reconsidering their approach to the second pointer, trying to get in. Raph gets air shot, but finds maybe anyway. That's a good trade for your life, I'd say. And then Sui finds Tazu with the heal beam. Yeehaw goes for the flank, tries to get onto Ace, gets 1 shot off, and that's all he's gonna get. And now my son's basketball team, they have the big ad. They're gonna be going straight through. Mino is sitting in forward spawn, waiting for Gink to meet up with him, but it won't really make much of a difference. Regardless, they're gonna be facing that full Uber advantage from my son's basketball team.
Yep, that was a good defense, all kicked off by Matu's relatively, I don't know, strange bomb. By all accounts, it shouldn't have worked. Merge was hiding by the rock and he'd get spotted by Sweet, so he's going to be forced into PC. Maybe does finish off that frag with a blind detonation. And it looks like my son's basketball team, they wanted to just go straight for last. I mean, they're missing a player, but they still have the advantage, as it looks like Merge was trying to go in for a big boy bomb, and he's unfortunate on getting ace on that. And it looks like they're going to want to gear up to go 3-1. They do. Scruff is going to be the beam scout. He's going to be leading with the beam. He's going to make his team dream come true and get into Prem. We'll find out as he goes SpaghettiOs over the top, but he's unable to get any frags on that. The Sentry does get taken down. Matt is going to be starting sick on the point, just trying to get some time on it, and the Uber is popped, but the Stickies are dead, and it's going to throw some red players around as it's going to start hightailing and backing out of that. They do lose 2 players. Scruff goes in for a suicide play, and he's rewarded with a crater on Merge. I kind of feel like he should have stayed alive then, because then he'd have an opportunity to go for the back cap. But he opts not to, and he dies.
Red Pandas is going to be going onto that second point to cap it up. They have 20% this ad. They won't really seem to have a opportunity to get into mid. And my son's basketball team, they're just healing all their players up. They're just going to be ready to meet any of those little sacking soldiers in. There's a sticky trap by Choke, perfectly set for any soldiers who will dare to jump through Choke. They will probably meet in untimely death. As yeah, we're just in a bit of a stalemate, but my son's basketball team is actually very keen on trying to get something opening here, as Raph tries to jump in very aggressively as the rest tries to peek sewers, but they just all go down. It's just Ace, Demos, and Sui now, and well, they tried to push, but they're getting chased out right now. Demos is not even going to be able to, actually he's going to be able to make it out. He would seem to be strafing into that rocket. I was quite concerned for his life.
That was very, very fortunate, and we've got Detective Gink on the case. And that case is closed as Sweet takes him out almost immediately. Both soldiers sacrificing their lives. And it's going to be Matu that wants to join Gink in the respawn area. Scruff, he's going to go in with the beam. He's got the beam. Well, actually, he's disconnected the beams on Sweet, but still, it's the beam nonetheless. And they do team up to take out Maybe. So there's going to be 3 players in their way as Gink now just spawns. Raph is going to go in, goes balls deep onto Mino, but Tazu takes the rocket, so it's going to stop him. But Mino serves onto the small kit on the side of the Spire, and it's actually going to make him force. And Ace also has to Uber in exchange. Scruff is going to go forward, but the beam is not on him, and when the beam's not on him, he's about as useful as a sack of potatoes, as Gink once again starting to jump in to try and contest the Spire. A lot of players taking lots of damage. Tazu, he's going to W plus M1. He does get a scout for it as well. He's on a 6 kill streak at the moment. Merge is going to jump in, goes for a skip jump, goes onto Ace, and is able to finish off with a nice crisp rocket. Raph is going to start flying in as well. He's going to be able to get onto Mino, and he's once again unsuccessful with a bomb.
Yep.
Poor guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, they try, but they did not succeed. And now Red Pandas are going to be trying their own luck about getting into second and potentially getting a push into last here. Have the 83% Uber advantage. As Ace spawns, the sentry is being built, so my son's basketball team is going to be able to get a decent setup going before Red Pandas gets their Uber, but now they take lobby. They're peeking about. They see left, they see right. They go for lobby right. They see a soldier there. They're just trying to slowly take the sentry out. They find that, and then they're going to go lobby left. They jump in. No Uber has been popped just yet, and I think their players get kind of scared and maybe actually dies onto the point to the stickies from Demos. Yeehaw going down as well, losing a fight on the left to Scruff. Graph cratering, which is, I guess, a frag for Red Pandas, but that's the only thing they're really going to get. WARHURYEAH actually gets a frag onto Scruff. He tries to get the pack, does not survive that, unfortunately, and now my son's basketball team is going to be making their way through second, and Red Pandas is just holding a choke. They're out of there.
Yep, they are bullied out. This map is probably, we've got more action in this 8 minutes on this map than we have this entire series so far, with it being very, very back and forth on each other's last points and second points and things exchanging and players flying in like golden eagles. As we're going to have my son's basketball team that will be pushing through PC. The Uber has been popped. Demos is unfortunately got juggled on the point, and he's gone in very, very deep, and he does get taken out with Thazu adding another kill onto his 8-kill streak. Yeehaw and both scouts are going to be going forward. I'm watching Raph go for the jump onto Mino. This time he's successful as Mino holds on to that Uber like it's his unborn child, and unfortunately he does drop it. So that's going to be an abortion for his team, as mid is almost capped as well.
Yikes. Alright, well, I mean, that, yeah, sure.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, I'm good with that. But the two scouts are capping up second right now. We have some players from Red Pandas trying to establish kind of a hold, trying to wait for these players from my son's basketball team to come in, maybe find a frag or two, but they're too weak. They have to get out immediately. And now my son's basketball team are just capping that up. They have big ad. And I mean, I'm sensing a bit of a pattern. I'm curious if my son's basketball team will be able to change it around to actually do a bit better. They're taking mid. No real resistance from Red Pandas except for a little bit of a hiding play from WARHURYEAH here as he's gonna jump in. He's heard. He shoots a rocket into Ace, and Ace on 70 HP pops quite early. Didn't really have much faith in his team to take him out before he got that second rocket off. So now it's gonna be the big ad for Red Pandas.
Yep, mid's going my son's basketball team's way, but ooh, sweet with the fat 1 HP frag onto Thazu in PC. So getting something. They're getting well, they're gonna be missing a player on this mid. I don't know if anybody's in a position to go for a force. Raph, he's got 200 HP, so he's got an opportunity to maybe go for it. Yeehaw does get taken down by Demo's sticky trap. Where is Matu on this? Matu's going to be the one that's going to go in, and Raph as well, so they're going to put a lot of pressure onto this mid. Of these boys are going to be bullied out of choke, and Mino again with the second drop in what feels like just 2 minutes, and there's not going to be an inappropriate joke this time around, as I received a very aggressive email from Enigma, and it's going to be my son's basketball team just using this momentum, getting themselves onto second with another probably crucial mistake from Mino.
Yeah, Mino feeling the pressure right now, and just this is definitely what you not need to be doing when it's 0-0 on the final map. You need to take the advantages as much as you can. I mean, it's my son's basketball team. They have the Uber. They're waiting on the scruff spawn. They're taking really long. They're not really following your advice there, just going in before the sentry and everything's up. They're going to be waiting. They need that second scout that they can potentially tank into this last push. So, or they don't know that they have ad. It seems a bit odd. They're going into lobby now, but Ace is not following suit. They're actually going to be sacking in onto a medic that does not have Uber. A bit questionable Uber tracking there.
That is
possibly costing them a bit.
That is a questionable play. So not only were they not pushing to let everybody on Red Pandas get set up for last, but they're also not pushing to give Red Pandas a further chance by letting them have Uber. Thazu's gone sniper, so he's going to be sitting in rollout trying to get a peek onto someone. Has he got a trench coat? He does. The only thing now he needs is a fedora. My goodness. Raph is the one that's going to be going for the spee plays. He's already made his way onto last. He's going to be just sitting behind Merge. He's going to be making his way up through to panic room. There is a teleport entrance built up there though, and an exit to follow. So
interesting.
I wonder what play we could see with this teleporter.
He's going to go for the telefrag.
Ooh, that would be good. Oh, he's on. Oh my God, Mino with a third drop. in what feels like maybe 3 minutes. Oh dear, he was standing out with his arrows. That spy play was not checked. It was very, very sloppy from everybody involved, as they really should have, you know, seen that coming. But never mind, Merge tries to go in for a force as well, but he gets taken out by Demo's stickies before he gets a good opportunity to. We've got, maybe, he's in lobby. He's got some pretty tasty sticky traps. I'd approve of these, but unfortunately he's a bit late on that trigger finger. And Scruff is just going to run straight through and, well, not even noticing. He's going to be pushing in for the last one. The Uber has been popped, and there is going to be an absolute disaster of a hold up in that panic room, as Demos is going to be sitting on 2 frags, but there's going to be some repush coming in, and it's going to be an absolute disaster. Maybe going for the other side, it's going to be Raph that's going to be left alive. Ace is going to really trying to get out of there. And oh my days,
so weak.
They were. It was.
He's trying to follow up on these. He's actually going last. I don't really know exactly what he's thinking here, but he's gonna go down.
Some would say he's not thinking at that point. I mean, that was a garbage tier play. If you're going to go in and do that, it's probably best to do it whilst your soldier's still alive. But nevertheless, instead of getting out of there and giving his team a chance to defend on mid. Oh, there's a spy and Scruff. Oh my days. I saw him go spy, but I didn't think he'd go for something that soon. And Mino, once again, he is being shot out of this game, and Scruff is still alive, so they still have a spy in play. There's plenty of opportunities to go for some insane, you know, trick stabs. But we'll see what happens, as there is actually... Oh, maybe. He is getting out. He was in sewers, and he just jumps over everybody. They are none the wiser, so once again we've got a tasty advantage for my son's basketball team. How are they going to mess this one up this time around? Let's see.
Well, I mean, I'd like to be a bit more optimistic. I think they might pull it off. I think they can do it. It's just, I mean, sometimes you just, you know, you beef the shots. It just doesn't quite work out.
Right. Yeah, sometimes you let your enemy team build an entire Uber whilst you have the lad. But this time around, they're possibly going to go for a push where the advantage isn't so great, because that is completely gone. Scruff. Oh, beautiful spy play as he gets the sapper on that level 1 sentry. So that sentry is not going to take any more part in this last hold. And the Ubers have been exchanged. Scruff gets taken out, so does Matu. There's going to be 2 opposing classes from Red Pandas. And oh my goodness, Swee gets popped up in the air and just gets juggled in place. Demos, he's going to be sticking up top PC. Yeehaw, he wants to go for some frags. He spots Demos. Demos does get the frag and is unfortunate not to get out. But Detective Gink gets the frag onto that. And, oh my goodness, Matu with a nice shot onto maybe as well. So that's going to be a Derman advantage. That's 18 seconds without a Derman. Do they feel like they could go for this? Scruff thinks so. He's going to be sitting in rollout. And oh my god, Detective Gink is on the case again. He gets a lot of damage. And with the follow-up from Thazu and Merge, he's able to completely take all momentum out of that push.
Yeah, so much damage on the Red Pandas players, but nobody actually finding a frag, so they all just go down for nothing. And now, yeah, Red Pandas, they cap up second. They don't have ad. This is going to be a bit of a stalemate unless one of the teams is really keen on pushing. But, I mean, they got out of last. That is a good start, you know. Now just need to make their way into min and to
very shaky. This point, the game's very messy, but this is what happens. You know, you take it to a 3rd map. This is the final chance that both teams get. You know, you don't want to be holding last forever. You know, so this is the point where it's do or die. Well, not really do or die, or don't make to prem.
Do or not do.
Don't win.
Yeah, I guess.
Thazu with a body shot onto Scruff, so that's going to be a pick advantage. Thazu's going to snipe it because you want some plays coming out. At this point in the game, it still sits at 0-0. It gets a headshot onto Raph, so he's going to be pressing and spamming the E button for some heals. And a really well worked push, as it's going to be. Oh my god, Mergy gets a beautiful rocket onto Ace, so that is a drop. And, you know, both medics, like, trading so many drops. Raph tries to go for a play as well, but it was Wee trying to get onto the health pack. And Swee, he also wants to go for it. Scruff is like, ooh. Are you guys hungry? I'm here to feed you. And Demos as well. He also wants to go for it with Thazu getting 3 body shots on this push.
That's definitely a way to clean up. I mean, Thazu is the second scout, so he's just, you know, cleaning all of them up. Raph is actually in the forward spawn here, trying to find a potential drop onto Mino. He is not shown himself just yet. He's going to be peeking soon. That he will find maybe. It's actually possible. He's on, or Mino, he's on the point right now. He moved away, and Raph shoots. Does not find anything. He's going to have to back off as redpandas going to go for the full Uber advantage push into the right side. The sentries are level 1, so they get that out of the way very quickly. Now they're trying to make their way by the point. Mino just getting kind of juggled up by these rollers from demos. The Uber gets popped. So many players from my son's basketball team in spawn, but the redpandas players are so scattered right now. They finally meet up with their medic again and try to just re-engage into this push, but it's just been so chaotic. My son's basketball team is finding frags everywhere. Everybody's so weak, and this is not really working out.
Thazu's just been like on like near panic room on the right side of the point for like the entirety of that push. Just like shooting air. Like he's shot so many times and nothing connected. Oh, it's the Spee plays once again with Yeehaw going for it this time. Ace has got his back turned. He goes for the pistol whip. He does get the Uber popped. So I believe it was Demos that had turned around instead and right in the eyes, and he got a bit scared with that. So he thought might as well go for the pistol more than anything. There's going to be a back cap from Detective Gink, and there's going to be a spy there to help him as well. Probably not the best class, but they're just going to go for the. They're just committed. They're just committing for the mid hold. And the capture, as nobody on the team felt like blocking that for Gink. Matu's going to be going in very, very deep onto maybe to try and get some more aggression, make some space. He gets, oh my god, he got absolutely plucked out of the sky. There is still a spy, I believe, as well. I'm just trying, no, sorry, he just got taken out. Okay. So that's going to be 2 down. Is Gink still behind? Yes, he is. He's in their PC. So there's an opportunity for them to push last because they're going to be missing a player. But having said that,
he's been spotted.
Redpandas have you, but
yeah, that's not really going to work out for Gink. He tries his heart out to find the frag on Matu, but eventually goes down. Scruff is on sniper. He's going to be the one that's going to need to find frags right now to potentially get a push. He's going to peek very aggressively and miss the headshot on the heavy. Needs to play some more pubs there, but it's fine. That's not really.
Yes, man. He got scared. It's like,
yes, yeah.
He wanted to take a photo more than anything.
Oh, well, it's fine. He needs to find the medic anyway. He would have survived that headshot regardless. There's a scout rollout, soldier rollout, Scruff. Just not really finding any openings right now. He stares at the shutter at 1, quite peculiarly, but just holding really. Scruff is like so far back right now. He's just gonna be sitting here and just hope that, I guess, he will be fed into rather than him trying to find the picks more proactively, I guess.
I think it's just maybe just trying to find an opportunity for some space. You know, some players normally do sort of go for a little peek at some point. He's now made his way into lobby. He's going to be looking at the left side. I believe Thazu is sort of in a similar area, but he's going to be aggressed on. Oh, there's a spy. So the spy plays have not ended today, as Thazu does take out Scruff, and Gink just leaves as he was discovered under his guise. And yep, I don't know if Scruff is going to want to stay sniper. He's going to go for a spy play himself. He's gone spy.
Alright. The pockets spy maneuver. They'll never expect this.
I mean, the spy plays have been successful, and Gink has also remained spy, or is he just checking? No, he's remained spy. I believe he's been discovered though, so there were some shots flown out in PC, and Demos has just hit him with a crispy pipe and he gets taken out.
Ooh, as goes into spectator. Questionable. Questionable.
Oh, that's gonna speed up. No, it doesn't speed up his respawn.
No, okay. It's only a bit of a rule break.
Ooh, Scruff also takes a pipe from maybe. So he's also going to get taken down as well. The spy plays this time around not being successful.
It's not working out too hot. Neither spy is really working out too great. Gink going down, Scruff going down. Oh, okay. I see some.
Well, technically, maybe is actually calling himself out with that. Because Scruff does say stop randomly spamming, and he says randomly? Question mark? As if to say, I saw you,
LMAO.
Whilst you were invisible, idiot, because I've got ESP. Get on my level.
The self bust.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
That's a rare one. You don't see that one too often.
And he's just being honest, you know? He's just saying, I've got a confession to make. I've been hacking for a long time now.
And then you're still on the third map of the high finals, even while hacking. That's
Look, they don't
disgraceful.
have to be good. Do you not remember? Oh wait, who was his name? It was a Jewish Tarkus, I think his name was. This was a while ago. This was when ESL, Anakin, this ESL guy who makes good anti-cheat stuff. Scruff is going to go for it. Oh my days, that would have been amazing. Anyway, back to my story. He made a plugin for servers that would take screenshots of a player's computer. So like a screenshot from their client side, and some Jewish players got busted for hacking, and Tarkus was one of them. And he was also, this was the season when they did votes for worst player of the season, and he won it.
Damn.
So he hacked, and he also got he also won the vote for the worst player of that season.
I mean, sometimes, you know, you just life's not going your way, and then you just have to get the little boost, and it's just not enough.
Yeah, but still not enough. Turns out you're too ham-fisted to press mouse 1 and let the program work its magic and aim on people's heads. This is a relatively new hold that I've not seen on Last very commonly, with Mino. Actually, he's not anymore, but he was just sitting by the girders on the right side. He's going to go back there with the dispenser. I could see that working. The only problem is that if they go from 1, you're going to have to Uber pretty much straight away, but he's now going back to spawn and being defensive, as they might suspect a spy, and their suspicions are as correct as Scruff is going to spy. Oh dear, Mino is just going to be sitting in spawn.
This is an interesting little setup Yeehaw has going on, where there's a teleporter like by the right side, so if someone jumps, Mina can just go straight into the level 3 teleporter and nope, straight out of there. But it seems to be moving into lobby. They're going lower lobby right now. Yakink's going to be clearing stuff up. He gets launched really hard, and that forces Mina to pop it off. Thazu wins a fight against Sui, which means that they get the space on second, but they haven't really gotten any.
Scruff is last, and he's going to go for the 1v1 against a soldier. Unfortunately, he loses that. That would have been really, really good if he was able to hit the revolver shots, but unfortunately his aim nor his brain was on his side, and he's not able to do that. So a fat play not going his way. Ooh, Ace just dodges that rocket from Gink as he goes for the super fast speedy bomb onto the midpoint. Is there going to be a counter sack from anyone? They're gonna actually, they're on a fat ad at the moment, so they could just use this momentum, but sweaty palms, both soldiers. Yep, fly in. This is quintessential My Son's basketball team, because they normally have beam scouts to follow up on this. They still... Nope, they don't have the ad anymore.
Kind of disappointed by Red Pandas. They had the player ad to potentially go into mid and try to at least get a little bit more of an advantage from this, but instead they're just back on last, and they kind of...
1x1.
Oh. Yeah, but a spy behind forces Ace's Uber off in lobby, which means that this is quite awkward. Great shots from WARHURYEAH. I think got a little, or WARHURYEAH to get Madu there, and Sweet dying as well means that this is 2 players down.
Oh, Scruff. He's actually showing up this game. He just goes in, runs through 1, and just takes out Mino with some crisp meat shots. Whilst that was going on, Thazu wanted to go balls deep, and he is still going balls deep as he's made a way to mid. He's going to take a 1x1 versus Sweet. He's currently winning it, as Sweet's incredibly weak. He does finish him off as well with the scattergun. And there's going to be a lot of players just going to sack for the lives, as they really need to try and get onto Ace. Yeehaw, he goes for it as well. He's really, really going to start going very, very forward. And it's going to be Thazu that's going to collect the frag as well. They got baited hard. There's a scout in the point. Both Sollies jumped and just left their medic high and dry. But this could be an opportunity, as Scruff is just going to go straight to the last point. The stick is on it. This could be the first round, and they play it and they get it. It is 1-0 with 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining for My Son's basketball team.
Yeah, Red Pandas, they could have potentially held that, but they just played really scared. They were in control room. Their spawners were like about to spawn in. They needed to buy a little bit more time, but instead all those players just jumped on the point, stacked it to like 5x, and they lost it. And now with 3 minutes left, My Son's basketball team in the lead. they just survive for the next 3 minutes, they will win the high grand finals. But right now they need to start with this mid. A double soldier bomb coming in from Red Pandas. Both soldiers kind of scattering around and not really shooting the same things. Both soldiers actually still alive, but they're so weak, and maybe Mino go down to the great bombs from Soldier and a pipe from Demos. They do actually have the space. They have the space, though. They're getting spammed out hard right now by Red Pandas, but they just don't have the health to fight the heals from my son's basketball team, and doesn't seem to be anyone behind to potentially get the frag onto Ace. 1 minute.
This is they seem to now, you know, when it's needed in the last map for the remaining 5 minutes, they play at their strengths, and both scouts get the beam on mid, so when both of the Sollies jumped in, they just sort of moved out into choke. Really force those soldiers to try and do something with the lowest momentum of their jump, and they just get both cleaned up by both scouts and turn it around, and they're going to be using this, carry on, going on to second. It's got 2 minutes remaining, so we could possibly see a situation where the bus is parked as once again Merge tries to go forward, goes for a jump to see if he does get the force. So Ace, I don't think he took any damage, but he pops anyway. So there's 2 minutes. This could very well be the biggest mistake. But no, having said that, that mistake goes into the hands of Mino as he drops to Wrath. And that is going to be just 2 gamers remaining alive, and almost as quick as that, 1 round after the other, and GHAR equals GG. So by the looks of things, Demo's frozen it. It's not over XD, but he probably doesn't realise that his team's running 2-0. And it's going to be my son's basketball team in Prem.
Yeah, congratulations. This is definitely probably the more, I don't want to be rude, but the more like interesting team to see to make Prem, since this team is probably, I think if this team sticks around with the same roster, it would be 6 new players in Prem, I think. I want to say they've all not played Prem before, as Red Pandas has 3 that have played Prem before. Yeah. So
it's very, very, I wouldn't say, well, I kind of feel like my son's basketball team were the favourites for me personally, because of the beam scouts that they had, but they just didn't show up for 2 and 3/4 of the maps that were played today. So I kind of feel like I'm actually surprised it went to a third. I'm very surprised that they lost Sunshine so convincingly, but yeah, the scouts just didn't turn up. They finally put on a show towards the end of this map, but I kind of feel as well the amount of mistakes from Mino and the drops that he contributed to the statistics that we'll see in a moment is a telling factor, because he did drop quite a few times.
Yeah, and that's actually going to be the final round, and one in garbage time. 3-0 for the final map, and oh, there you have it. My son's basketball team successfully winning this out, and going to be the one that we will probably be seeing in Prem next season, unless they follow in the footsteps of Nuke Clan and die in the off season. But you know, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time. I mean, there is Ace on that team.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They have the potential to always fold at a moment's notice, as we look at the logs, and the logs show that a team won 3-0, and it also shows that by the looks of things it was pretty much even on the KD, and that's no surprising because it was the same for 25 minutes of the game, with it being a 0-0 scoreline for the most part of it, and then 3 quick rounds, well, 2 quick rounds, one after the other, the third one not really mattering so much. Demos has got a pretty good KD, 20 and 6, so respectable, keeping himself alive when it was needed. The death counter between the medics, 5 and 11, being a bit of a disaster for Mino. I'd like to look at some medic stats. Ooh, 4 drops. Yikes. That is a large amount of Uber drops. That is, you know, that's not what you want to see in a grand final of a high game. So, you know, I don't want to name names. It's, you know, very hard. So it's not very respectable to call people out. So I'm going to anyway. Mino, you lost your team of the game, and yeah. So, you know, it's difficult anyway. I think quite a few of those drops. There were a couple of like spy backstabs anyway, so you know there. But still, it was a tough game. Very, very end to end. There were only a few moments where it was very stalematey. So yeah, ultimately it was entertaining, considering that the first 2 maps were boring. I see we've got some interviews. Maybe I don't know if we want to pull the boys in.
That's a lot of boys.
Can I even?
Yes.
I can pull people in. Oh, I've been given this power.
First of all, finally, like, congrats to our opponents, because like we're like the partners. Like,
anyway, so before we get to the players and their interviews, I'm just going to mute Ace for a minute because nobody asked for his opinion nor gave him permission to talk yet. So I'm going to start again here, but I'm going to put the question. Wait, who have we got? We've got so we've got Scruff, Demos, and Ace. So one of you three, how do you feel winning and getting into Prem?
Nothing.
Classic.
considering that this game is dead, and
Ooh, this is...
obviously it feels good because if you've played this game for so long, but it's just like another season. You just need to try hard more if you wanna play Prem. That's all.
These are the people we lost to.
Dude, you played the game for 8 hours today. I think everything was.
Actually, that's wrong. It's 10.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
It's chill
let's
as
get
a
it right.
shit talk.
No, I'm chilled. Other question, please.
Yeah, this is directed to someone that isn't Ace, as I move him out of this channel.
Aww.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, so okay, going into this game, Scruff and Demos, were
Good
you expecting to win, or?
I after the first map, we were pretty confident because we just felt we had beaten them on their best map. Before the game, we were 50-50. Like, I didn't think we had any clear advantage. They definitely improved since we played them in our official. Their scouts are really strong now. I think I didn't anticipate that as much as I should have. And I know after the second map, it was really hype though in our mumble. We all went forwards. I thought we had the winning attitude in the final map.
Cool. I will admit I was very underwhelmed with your performance, Scruff, because I don't really think you were really showing up until the last map.
Yeah, I kind of did a Paddy and Prem for the first 2 maps.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you were kind of non-existent, but it happens to the best of us and the worst players like Paddy. So, you know, it happens. So you guys are going to be in Prem. Do you think you're going to go all the way and win your share of the 500,000 rubles next season?
Probably not. I mean, all we have to do is just get 1 point, and we can call ourselves Prem proven players.
Well, no, technically you can just do that now. You don't have to win a point. You just have to play your games and that's it. I think you only have to play technically one officials.
Yeah.
So yeah, the standard's not that high anymore. I mean, just look at Ignis. So yeah, so it doesn't matter about it. Or from the opposing side, so for the loser interview, which for some reason we still do, and if Ace would be so kind to turn off his voice activation, the Chigger, how do you feel?
I mean, I've had this feeling before. Season 26 was it? Played with the Lottie squad, second place, high. It's a mind-numbing experience. I didn't think I'd experience it the second time. I was really confident going into this game actually, but not good enough, I guess.
You performed pretty well for the most part throughout this game. You got a pretty good double air shot on Matu on Reckoner.
Yeah,
which I caught my peepers.
I don't know. The logs don't really say much because most of the team is like played off my calls, and some of my calls were shaky and caused us to lose the game or lose a situation, maybe a round, or it was really nerve-wracking, you know.
Well, who cares if you got a double air shot?
Oh yeah, I mean it could have been a triple actually. I was so upset.
So, no one's going to remember this game, but if you upload that clip to the interwebs, people remember that frag. So
I mean, it's not even good enough. He didn't die from the double air shot.
That is true, but you did deny him and humiliate him with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the moral. You know, you asserted dominance. So that's, I think, the most important things. I'm out of questions. I didn't have anything prepared. So do you have anything, HiipFire?
I don't really have any questions. I just have the request of I would like my son's basketball team, or apparently Rakuzan is there, they've renamed themselves like 8 minutes ago to not fold in the off season. That would be very, very nice. I'd like to see.
That's just Ace, man.
Like, it's
Nobody
very
watches anime.
It would be very. It's very cool to see a team that's like all non like Prem players make Prem. It would be very interesting to see you guys show up next season. Well, I mean, the other team that played in this finals had 3 ex-Prem players in it, so I mean, this is, I guess it's better.
And they didn't seem to show up in the last map, and then let it drop 4 times. So.
That was just unlucky from Mino. It's not his fault.
Also, it's not a medic main, I think.
Say again, sorry?
Mino is not a medic main, I think.
He is actually.
He is.
He played Scout at the beginning.
Yeah, apparently I didn't know he was a medic main. He was like off class into the season, but I didn't know until like late into the season. When,
I mentored Mino and the old, whatever their name was, EZG. I mentored that team. EGZ. Yeah, I mentored. That's probably why you lost. You need to get a better mentor for some of your players.
Oh, yeah, right. You put yourself down like that, man.
That's right. I know my poor effect and my dynasty of TF2 has ended as I make my way over to Dota 2.
New rank? Get me in.
MMR? Question mark?
Fine.
Casting it, you idiots.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
Why have you seen me? I'm English.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you a streamer?
First good UK Dota 2 player.
It can't happen. It's like literally against the only thing English people can be good at is bad esports games like Overwatch and
Rocket
TF2, Rocket League, Call of Duty and stuff like that. So
well, I mean, to be fair, the only Europeans who play console games are Brits. So that's
exactly,
like,
because it's all they can afford. Well, they don't even have to buy the Xboxes; they just nick it from CEX or something. So that's why they only play console games. But anyway, yeah, I don't have any questions. Do you have any, HiipFire, anymore?
No, I don't.
Can we just say GG and wrap this up?
Get this out.
Sure.
Because like we played 3 maps.
You want a shout out?
You don't.
I have to say something.
Here.
Wait.
All right, say something.
Like,
say a word.
I've checked this for like 5 minutes. I don't have any trade offer from Scrub. I'm expecting something here.
What was he going to give you? Like a strange...
I was going to give an unusual in season 26.
An
unusual this was season 26.
Wait,
I do remember this from the last game I casted, so yeah.
Is this a scammer? Should we just go into his profile and report him for scamming until he hands over the hat?
Just everybody that's watching, just do it.
Let's dox him. Everybody give him the profile information and force him into submission. Until he gives over and hands over the unusuals. I'll take one as well, please. I'm an esports personality I deserve. So yeah, if we have no more...
Can we make shout out?
Yeah, come on then.
So, first off, to our sponsors. So, Aleski, Austin, and our coach Miju, who really helped us during the season with good map talks, good strats.
Anything.
And... to like the mumble we were in, because the people in my mumble supported us during this season, and yeah,
just fast race, come on.
And no, nothing else. And shout out to the casters who cast our game. That's all. And shout out also to Red Pandas. That's all.
I have some shoutouts.
Go for it.
Go ahead, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Alright, shout out to Ams for letting me merc in Antic like last season. That was pretty cool. Shout out to Nuthouse. Shout out to my team. Mino, Kalis, Stazu, and Murye. Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Shout out to my boys in hard gaming. Best Italians in TF2.
No. No.
To Joe and Mark. Sadly the team gay folded mid-season, which is a shame. And to my team for putting up with me for the rest of the season.
Shout out to Eskimo.
Anybody else got any shout outs?
Shoutouts to Kaas 9, the best open Highlander team. We won our official, both maps easy.
Hype.
Oh, shout out to Gank as well.
Yeah, fuck off.
I'll go.
Go
Shout out.
Pug. Can we play Pug?
Streep is fucking god awful at NG.
Shout out to fucking Street36 for not letting me play Pocket as well. In mid.
Oh,
Right, guys, some people have a tight schedule here, so let's wrap this up, please, with shout outs.
Alright, okay. Alright, shout out to Shampoo, who's finally a Prem demo.
God.
Shout out to Raph for getting into Prem in his 6th attempt, including Prem playoffs. Shout out to my team for fucking winning high and carrying me very, very hard in the first 2 maps. Shout out to Swee for being Swee, and shout out to Hembus, Nuthouse, and then Skinslow and Gandhi in the chat who were asking for shoutouts. I would also shout out for you guys for casting it.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I promised a shout out to Gotti because he has quit with TF2 for IRL, which is kind of gay. And shout outs to Cabbage for just memeing in chat every time I do anything.
Alright. So is that all from everyone?
Think so.
Alright.
Shout out to TF2.
So well, thank you everybody that has joined and watched this calamity of an interview and a game. So thank you all everybody for watching. Shout out to all the people behind the scenes. And yeah, I guess that's all. We will see you next time for an unscheduled event, which would probably be either the grand final, no, the upper bracket or lower bracket
Lower
final,
bracket finals.
lower bracket final of Prem. So
Lego Ascent.
we'll see you then.
Open grand finals. Don't forget that.
And
Shout
the
out to
open
Crunch.
grand finals. So goodbye everybody and sweet dreams.
Like.